200 plus anime. That's the amount of anime I have watched so far. And from all of those, in this video, I have compiled the top 5 for both beginners and veterans alike. Now, keep in mind that I haven't included anime in the list that are too mainstream because otherwise, this video would be useless. Because if you have already heard of an anime and you know that it's good, but you're still not watching it, then chances are that anime is not for you. Or maybe you just haven't tried it. But in this video, I will try to give you names that aren't that much well known and are kind of the anime which are for different genres. Like most people think that anime is all about screaming, fighting, power-ups and all of these things. So in this video I have tried to include all of the different type of anime that actually are there, so you can explore a very different kind of genre. And let's get into it. Now before we move on, if you haven't watched any of these anime right here, then I would say you go ahead and do that first, because a lot of these anime that I've just mentioned in the list, these anime are what good anime are supposed to be. Because a lot of the times I've seen that one guy recommends anime to some other guy, and the anime is like a very niche type of anime. Like not everybody enjoys that, and then they think, oh, this is how good anime is, and then they don't watch anime ever again. So this list, like these are the shows which are overall like considered good. These are the shows that have the least amount of flaws. That's the better way to put it. And after you watch these, then I would say that you can move on to more broader genres and you have a like good grasp of what anime is, and then you can like really start enjoying and seeing what you actually like. So the first anime on the list is 91 Days, and this is for everybody who first of all likes Peaky Blinders, because this is kind of the same vibe of that type of setting of gangs, violence, guns, all of these things. And in this show, like it's a small anime, I think it has like 13 episodes, and it's like a really compact journey. But the things I like about this is the overall vibe of the anime. It's very consistent, and it's like a short story that you can binge in one day, and you can like, okay, this was a nice anime, this was a nice watch. I'm not saying that it has insane world building or like that would be one of the most mind-blowing things you have watched. But if you prefer anime which don't have a lot of shouting, which are like a little bit low-key, and you're an introverted person yourself, then this is the anime for you, because I think that you will really enjoy. And especially if you're someone who's coming from watching a lot of shows or movies, and this is like your first time being introduced to anime, then I would say this is the pick for you. If you like that kind of shows which don't have, which are basically low energy shows, you know what I mean, right? Like Peaky Blinders. So that's the kind of anime for you if you want to watch that. By the way, keep in mind that I'm not ranking these anime by any means. Like these are just different anime for different people. And the next anime on the list is Blood Blockade Battlefront. I know, a mouthful of a name, but this is the exact opposite of the first one. This is all about high energy, chaos going on, fights, comedy. That's the kind of anime Blood Blockade Battlefront is. But that's the thing, that there are a lot of anime out there that claim to be this, like, oh, comedy, fighting, and there are very few anime that are actually good like that, that you don't have to force yourself to watch through. But this anime was actually really good, and I really enjoyed it, because even though the anime is short, it has like two seasons, I think 12 episodes each, something like that, not very long. But still you don't feel like that was a short anime, and you really, it's like when you see Speed stream, like Speed, I show Speed the streamer, like if you see a small clip of him, like you just feel like you experienced a lot of his world just in that small moment. That's what we feel like when we watch Blood Broker Battlefront. At the same time, it has good story, like somewhat good character depth, but it's just a good watch overall. And I don't remember, like with a lot of anime, I have to like kind of force myself to, okay, now I have started the anime, I have to find out what the end is, that kind of thing. With Blood Blockade Battlefront, it was nothing like that, and the opening endings were also really good. Now the next anime on the list is for all of you Death Note fans, and it's actually a really underrated anime that I still think of to this day, that more people should watch this show because it's really good, especially the ending. But the name of the anime is Code Geass, and it's for all of you people out there who like Death Note, or who like a lot of mind games, or you can say politics, all of these things. But that's the thing about Code Geass, it's not just that. Like it also has a lot of elements of fighting, like mecha robots fighting, and also like sacrifice, good world building, good character development. All of those things are also there in the show. So that's why I think Code Geass is super underrated. But the thing is, like, It's just like Death Note. Like if you have watched Death Note or you don't know what Death Note is about, it's basically like a lot of mind games. The main character being insanely smart and using his mind to get to where he wants. And also the main notion of power is also similar in both of these anime. Like the main guy thinks that he has a really good conscience and he can make the world a better place. And he gets a power and then he uses that power to make the world a better place in his opinion. So that's the kind of anime Code Geass is, but it's really really good. Like Code Geass is not the type of anime that you have to sit through, or you have like you can kind of guess, okay, this is what's gonna happen next, and then he's gonna do that. Like there are no things in the anime that don't make sense. Now I will say that when you start Code Geass, because this happened with me as well, the art style is a bit different. Like it's a bit unique. The characters are extra slim. They have weird, like some people would say it has a weird art style, but the story itself is really good. So the next on the list is for all of you sports fan out there. If you enjoy martial arts, UFC, like boxing, football, anything, any sports, if you enjoy that, then this anime is for you. And the anime is done other than Hajime no Ippo. Now, a lot of people, like there are a lot of sports anime out there. There's a very famous one named Haikyuu about volleyball. There's one about soccer named Blue Lock. But that's the thing, like I have watched Hajime no Ippo, I have watched like Blue Lock, I have watched Haikyuu, but the best one out of these three is Hajime no Ippo by a mile. Because Hajime no Ippo, now I know like a lot of people don't like old animations because they are kind of like not flashy, not really good music, anything like that. But Hajime no Ippo has the perfect element of showing you how it feels to be an audience member in a boxing match. And it goes like it takes you on a journey of the main character and how he becomes strong over time, and the matches are really exciting. And I would tell you that it's a boxing anime. Like it's not how boxing actually is in real life. Like if you, because I watch UFC and like martial arts and these kind of fights of real people as well, and I would have to say it's not realistic in that regard, but it's very enjoyable. It really creates the hype of what you would get in a real boxing match if you're spectating. But on the other hand, it's also a really nice anime for motivation. Like if you're someone who's the kind of person who like sees something and then he gets that motivation, that, oh, like for example Rocky movies, if you enjoy any of those, like that kind of thing will be with this anime. And even like if you have come across any anime motivational reels and a guy is skipping a rope or punching bag, that's from Hajime no Ippo. And I'm telling you, like it's not just on the reels that it looks good, it's actually a really good anime as well. And especially the music on this anime is also done really well. Now the last anime that I will recommend is Frieren Beyond Journey's End. And this anime is like this anime is the most recent out of all the other anime that I have mentioned. And this anime is the most anime like this has all the elements that most anime have, like good animation, magic, like some scenes of like some comedic scenes which seem too cringe at start, but then you kind of like ease into it and you enjoy. That's the kind of anime Frieren is. But the best thing about Frieren is the story is really nice, the animation is really nice, but it's an isekai anime, which means like an anime which is different from like this world right here. It's like it has magic, elves, monsters, that kind of thing. So it's an isekai anime. But the reason why everybody fell in love with Frieren when it came out is the flow of Frieren. Like when you're watching Frieren, you just tap into a different kind of vibe, a different kind of peaceful vibe that you don't really get in much anime these days, because it's not fast by any means. Like I'm not saying like in every episode you'll get a fight and you like hype up, nothing like that. It's just like a polite story that takes you through, and at the same time whenever there is a fight scene, it's really beautifully animated. Like it has done due diligence to what a fight scene should be. And on the other hand, it also has really good music, like background music, peaceful music going on. And it just basically is a reflection of people's, like you can say, when everybody has spent a lot of his life, like he's 80 years old, 90 years old, like the kind of wisdom that guy would pass on to you, that's the kind of anime Frieren is. Because the main character, it's like she's like an elf, and she like lives for like 1,000 years, like a long time. And she has seen like a lot of people through her lives who grow up and then they die, and they like this kind of thing keeps happening because she's interacting with humans and she herself is an elf. And the time when that anime is set, like all of her old companions are now old. Like for example, the guy who she went on a mission with when he was 35 years old, now he's 70 years old, and that's the present time in anime. And then she also has an apprentice, so that also kind of gives you the feeling of like old, present, and young at the same time. So I think this is the thing that Freedom, the concept of time and how it affects humans, that's the thing that Freedom nails perfectly, and why it was loved by so many, even those who don't understand why they love Freedom so much. But another thing about Freedom that I really like is that there's little to no fan service, which also gives into the mature vibe of Freedom. But also in most isekai animes, there's like fan service for no reason, and that's the thing that I also love about Freedom. That if you're the kind of person who avoids watching anything with a lot of fan service or nudity or anything like that, Freedom is the anime for you. So those were my top 5 recommendations, and you have already seen any of these anime, drop a comment down below about what you think of it, because other people will be reading that comment and it will be helpful for them. So let me know your thoughts.